Good evening, everyone. Hugh from Wales, one of the first in the door, as always. Bless you, Hugh. Right, let's go and find Spudding. Hello, Raleen. This is a bit that always goes one way or the other.
Hello, Mr. Spud.
Hey. Hello, mate. You all right?
Very good, you?
I'm good. Yeah, I haven't done one of these for a couple of weeks, and they've changed the format. I'm now they've squashed me right down. But now
we got no chance. Nikki Shields has just started a live video, so we got no chance. She'll get about 10 gazillion viewers, and we'll get about 3. You get all the viewers. I won't. You got some nice people saying hello.
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, it's Andy as well. Oh, your mate Andy, who I just found out literally yesterday that you're good mates with and you do all the Rolls-Royce stuff with.
Yeah. It's a small world.
It's a very small... That's one thing I noticed once you do get into the car world. It's a very small world. Well,
you've got some glamorous followers, haven't you?
Say again?
You've got some glamorous followers. I'm watching them come up here. They've got some lovely followers.
That's me? Is that me or you? I'm not sure.
It's not me. So ICM Designs is me. Well, I presume it's me, but so Ikin, his name is, amazing designer, did the Caterham, so he helped me out with the Caterham big time there. So he's a brilliant designer. Recommend, if you want anything done like a helmet or a car livery, racing livery, he's your man. He's amazing.
Oh, mate, it always amazes me the amount of time and effort that people spend on their crash helmet. It's basically to protect your bonds, but it looks the designs that go in for it are amazing. I'm currently wearing like a 10-year-old motorbike lid that I've probably dropped about 30 times, but it does the job. At the point I actually go racing, oh, hang on, someone's giving the dog a squeaky toy.
You need some oil on those doors.
Well, it's your mate Rocky. I swear you only tuned in to watch my YouTube video so you can see what Rocky's up to. Someone's giving him a squeaky toy just as I've gone live. So well done for that.
Rick, on the subject of helmets, let me tell you, because you can drive, you don't need a flash helmet. Tiff really took the mickey out of me because I've gone the whole shebang. And I'm so embarrassed now. Because I thought, as you very well know, I went on a track day yesterday to Donington. I'm doing the Caterham Challenge. And I thought that I was going to be able to drive. I thought I was just going to get on there and I'll be up with the fastest straight away. I was awful. So now I've got all the gear and
no idea.
No idea. It's so embarrassing.
Oh, mate.
I'm going to turn up with the...
You've hit the nail on the head. I mean, bless you for saying that you think that I can drive, because I really can't. But when I first started working at the Goodwood Motor Circuit, I had a Golf GTI Mark II back in the day. I used to chuck it around the back roads. I've done a couple of track days. I thought, do you know what I mean? I'm pretty good. Well, it was about my first or second day there. And one of the guys said, "Oh, have you been around the track with an instructor before? Like do you know what I mean? Go and speak to the boss, see if he'll go and take you around in one of the minis." And I was just like, yeah, cool then. Do you know what I mean? Didn't think much of it. Oh, my days. Do you know what I mean? It reset what I thought was possible in a car. And from then on, I'm just like, yeah, I can't drive. It's honestly, what these guys do, it's chucking into corners, bit of left foot brake, the whole car's rotating around. And I'm just like, what's happened here?
Yeah. Well, Tiff kind of sets the bar quite high. It goes without saying. But I thought I could pedal a little bit, but I can't. I'm rubbish on a track.
Really?
Rubbish.
Up against the Caterham boys.
Yeah,
you were struggling.
Really gutted. I'm excited about the academy. I can't wait. So if you don't know what the academy is, it's well below your pay grade, but it's you're a far superior driver. But it's an opportunity for people to get out there and really compete in a very exciting series for not very much money. You know how much money racing costs, but you can do the whole Caterham Academy, 6 races in the season plus 1 sprint race for 30 grand. And at the end of it, you keep your car as well. So
that's really good. It's 30 grand, including a car.
I can't believe it. And at the end of it, people have been selling their cars for 25, 26 grand. But a lot of people, most people carry on and then they upgrade and they maybe do the 270 class or something like that. But it's amazing. I can't believe it's such a value. We've got Silverstone, Brands Indy, Silverstone GP, Mallory. So there's some good tracks as well.
Yeah. What are you doing? Silverstone, Mallory.
Well, first of all, Kerbera sprint in
Yeah.
Lucky Supercars and Andy McCann having a private chat here, reckon I'm on it. I am so
Let them
off the
crack on,
pace.
mate.
Let them crack on, yeah, I'm so off the pace. So starts off next week with Kerbera sprint, which would be good. I think, touch wood, now I'm tempting fate. I think I'll be right in the sprint.
Never done a sprint. Don't think I've ever been to one.
Okay, well, you need to come. Then Mallory Park. It was going to be Anglesey, and they've changed it from Anglesey to Knockhill, not Scotland. So,
dude. Sorry, you cut out for a minute there. Where did you say it was? Scotland?
Knockhill. It was going to be Anglesey.
Knockhill, dude.
One of the few circuits in the world that I know quite well is Anglesey. So that was my banker, and they changed it to Knockhill. But the Knockhill will be good. It'll be quite exciting. Silverstone GP, Brands Hatch Indy, Croft, and then Snetterton. So I was a lap record holder at Brands Hatch. Do you know that? Officially a lap record holder at Brands Hatch.
Who?
Me. That's why I thought I was going to do well. 2 years ago, Alfa Romeo they went around the UK setting lap records in the for the fastest production SUV in the Alfa Romeo Stelvio Quadrifoglio with a professional driver. And they invited journos to go before and see what we could do. So as it happened, I just went out before Steve Sutcliffe and I went out just before the pro driver. And I set the lap records for about, I don't know, 2 minutes. Maybe I held the lap record. So I'm claiming that. But
you stopped again. Oh, no, you're back on again.
In a powerful car, you can get away with so much more. A Caterham, you can't hide from it at all. If your corner speed's not good, if your X is not good, that's it. There's no hiding. Look at that, we got Jazzy on. Whoa, that's a collection and a half. Well, it is the collection.
Every now and again, you cut out. Have you put a 50p in your Wi-Fi or something? Do you?
I got two Wi-Fis. I've got a BT one and I've got Virgin Media. I'm on the Virgin Media, which is the top of the range sort of Wi-Fi, and it's rubbish. Virgin Media, shame on you. Look at that!
Really?
Look at that Jazzy. This boy here. Now he can drive. He drives some unbelievable cars. He is responsible for one of the best collections in the world in Bahrain. Amazing collection. You've got to check his Instagram out when you get off this.
I certainly will. I'm going to write it down right this second. Jazzy Malkeshi.
Assalamu alaikum. Alaikum salam. Kaifa halik? Alhamdulillah.
Ooh, what? Say again.
It's all right.
I can't write all that down. We've probably gone too far already, but I got a bit of a telling off from my mate Joe Achilles, because we waited until about 15 minutes into the chat before I asked him to do his introduction. So do you want to say, well, I mean, half of the people on there are probably your followers anyway, but do you want to quickly say who you are and what you do?
Oh, hello, Rick. I'm Paul Woodman. I'm from LoveCars, and we make a bit of content. Not my account. It is your account. We make a bit of content. We do a little bit on YouTube. We just started a new podcast called On the Grid Motorsport Roundup, Global Motorsport Roundup, and we made a TV show. We're making another TV show, which I don't know whether we can say much about. I don't know, but that's all sort of in the pipeline. The problem is at the moment, there's this little sort of cold going on around the world, so people are getting a bit scared, and nobody really wants to commit to too much. And I don't want to, before everyone jumps on the bandwagon, I don't want to belittle what is going on, because there is there is some. You
can't. Also, regardless of what you think about it, it is what it is. Like the world shut down, and we can't. No one's allowed to go and do anything. So. Events cancelled, everything's cancelled. So, yeah, regardless of what you think of it, we're in the situation we're in.
Yeah, I mean, we've all got our own personal views and opinions, and mine, I don't wish to share on here, but I don't. Anyway, that's another story. Lovely Aston Martin content. Thank you. Yes, we love Aston Martin. They are not really flavour of the month with Aston Martin. They don't. We went from hero to zero with Aston. So
why?
These media guys, they 1 minute they love you, next minute. Well, it's miscommunication, let's say. But we've done beautiful content for Aston Martin. They're one of our favourite brands. We're proud to be British. They're British. I think they're making the most incredible cars ever. But I don't know. You tell me, Mr. Spud.
I'll be honest, I went out in fact, I literally did, because I was bored the other day, I found some old footage that I did last year at FEMAX 200 with my mate Steve Markey. He's one of the Aston Martin drivers, and he took me down the runway. We got to 198. I think if he hadn't had me in there, or I'd had less breakfast, we would have done the 200. But I thought it was, I think I'm going to say it was the DBS, which was the twin turbo one, and it looked
V12
absolutely phenomenal. It was very, very, very nice. However, we were at Silverstone last week, and there was possibly a brand new Aston Martin there. Maybe it's a different one. And the front of it looked like an MX-5.
No. Aston Martin are making
really
beautiful cars. The DBS
it was lovely.
Stunning cars on the, there is available. So you're drinking tea, and I'm, as my very good friend Babs just said, I'm on the lumps and lard. Oh, that's the Astons, not YouTube puddings. Nigel, Supercar Nigel is officially the funniest man on Instagram, well, that I know. Well, I don't know. 100%. I don't even know him, but he is officially the funniest man. You got to shout out to Road Race Rallies as well, because they've said hello about 3 times. You haven't said hello to them.
Haven't they?
Yeah.
Honestly,
I keep getting trolled by
lucky supercars. On what we're talking about, but also trying to watch, trying to see what's going on as well. It's just too much. And then people are sending me requests to come into the video, and people are saying hello, and people are taking the mickey out of me, and I need someone else looking over my shoulder, like writing down the comments or something.
Right, Supercar Nigel. Sorry to interrupt you, Supercar Nigel. I hope you're not offended by this, because I promise you this is a compliment. But you remind me so much of Chubby Brown, nicest possible way. You both make me crack up. You're just so natural, so giftedly funny. I wish I had an ounce of that in my body, but absolutely brilliant. Anyway, back to the BMW and Aston Martin chat. I'm going to get blocked by Nigel now. Blocked.
Yeah, Paul, you're dead to me. That's it. Don't contact me again. But that's the thing, though, with doing all this whole thing. You've just got to be yourself. The moment you try and put on a persona, it either catches you out or people see through it, and you just got to be yourself. And also, don't try and be somebody else. It's easy to go, oh, they're doing that, I'm going to do that, because then if you then try and do that, then it's not going to work. And like you just said, Supercar Nigel's just hilarious. He's just himself. He's not trying to be too professional. He's just doing what he's doing, and I just think fair play to you.
Absolutely, and Mandy as well. They got a brilliant relationship, really, really good. I'm very jealous. So Andy McCann just said, Rick, where'd you get that? Who gave you that haircut? Andy, that's not a haircut. It's not a haircut, son.
Whoa! What are you talking about? I mean,
that's a COVID cut.
It doesn't take me long to do my hair. I'll be honest. Basically, I cut a long story short. I normally do my hair about once every couple of weeks. It's going so grey at the side. I try and keep it like almost a 0 on the side, because then you can't see, like, you can't really tell that I've got any grey hairs there. However, it's also going super thin on the top, so I try and keep the top a bit longer and cut the sides super short. But I literally cut it about half an hour ago, because I knew I was coming on with you, and your hair always looks so Hollywood. I can't even, just every time I see you on TV, I'm just like, that is either that's cost him a lot of money, or he's just blessed with very good genes, or a mixture of the two.
Well, they're not that great genes, because my dad died at 54, but he did have dark hair when he died. But I haven't got much grey. I've got a little bit of grey there, but I'm quite lucky. You wait till you get to my age, though. You'll and teeth, my teeth are all right. The teeth are good. Everyone thinks that I bleach my teeth. I do not bleach my teeth. But people say I've got great teeth and great hair. Okay, so they're okay. But they forget that I'm short, I'm fat, I'm not very funny, I certainly haven't got any money. So they forget all these things. They just focus on these 2 things, and they forget all the other stuff. All the rubbish
You're not
stuff.
short or fat. What are you talking about?
Short and fat. I mean,
You're not short and fat. Oh, my days. I've got loads. Oh, good grief. What happens is, you click on the comments, and then, oh dear, what's happening?
So I got the comments coming up. Do Do you want me to read?
I've got so no. What happens is I
did have helmet hair yesterday. I had helmet hair from my very nice. Thank you, Arai, for my lovely open-faced helmet that I had yesterday because my other one's being painted. They're such lovely people. I would like to recommend Arai. I'll put a link in the comments below. But I did have helmet hair, but I don't care. I didn't do anything. I didn't go in the mirror. I didn't do anything before I got on this call. And it's the same with filming. I do not care.
Did anyone get any footage or pictures of your helmet hair? Because I can't believe I've only ever seen your hair looking super pro, so I can't believe that. I guarantee you took the helmet off and it all just fell into place perfectly.
Lego head. Tiff laughs because Tiff is he's up with it on his hair. He likes to have good hair all the time. He's so excited about the 12th of April. Because he's got a haircut booked in on the 12th of April. Oh my goodness, saucy woman's on here. And Philip Ruprecht. Now that's a photographer. That is a photographer. Check his account. Check Saucy Woman. She's got some good stuff. But Philip
Saucy Woman. Am I going to get in trouble with my missus if I start searching for people called Saucy Woman?
You should have an open relationship anyway. You should be able to tell her these things. If you're looking at girls' accounts in bikinis, then so what? When you're on a diet, you can still look at the menu.
Well, what diet? What's that? I don't know what that means.
Well, the point is that you are still allowed to look at other people. You're not. If you're married or with someone, it's okay. It's complicated. What's complicated? Pit Lane Jamie. No way. 40 years old? No way. 40 years old?
What,
Jamie.
You're 40 now, are you?
Me? God, I wish I was 40. If I was 40, I'd be the happiest man ever.
See, I dared ask, but I don't think you're much over 40. If you are, you must use oil of Ulay or something.
A lot.
Seriously.
Bikini. Philip Ruprecht, look at his account. If Bugatti, all their top stuff, the Bugatti, Lamborghini, Ferrari, Rolls-Royce. So it's not a sexual page, by the way,
Okay.
said. But Philip Ruprecht, check out his stuff. It's epic.
Paul is 27.
I wish.
I'll tell you what helps. On screen, you're alongside Tiff. So that does make you look quite a bit younger.
Yeah. You know, the fifth, +1, Jazzy, +1.
Oh, you're not... Oh, really? Wow. Well, that's pretty good. Because Tiff must be pushing now.
He's going to be 70 this year. We've got to do something really special for Tiff for his 70th. 40 years old today. Pit Lane Jamie. Wow. And many happy returns.
Today.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jamie. I shall raise my rocking a mug. I managed to get a rocking a mug on the last day they were open.
What are you doing? Drinking that? I thought, shall I honour you and get a beer ready? But I'm a red wine man. I drink red wine. I've been on this stupid diet to lose weight for the Caterham Academy race series. This ridiculous diet. Chris Brooks 50. Oh, really? Yeah, welcome to your 50s. So this silly diet that I've been doing since the 11th of March. I love food. I eat so much food, like chips, pasta, crisps, chocolate. But I've eaten none of that from the 11th of March, and I've lost the grand total sum of 2 kilograms. What a waste of time! I could have been eating crisps and chocolate.
See, it sounds like you're in your prime already, so you can't improve on perfection. So there's no point doing a diet.
No, I'm well overweight, but thank you. Anyway, age is a meter. Yeah, don't think so. Hey, age. You know what? Age doesn't matter. You're right. It doesn't matter. But I would prefer to be 40 than my age. Put it that way. But it doesn't matter. But you get a bit older, a bit slower. I'm on it. Saucy Lady and Nigel. They need to get a room. Those two need to get a room right now.
Because you got to look good in a race suit.
I don't look. I had, Caterham. I cannot speak more highly of them. I wasn't into Caterhams at all. I never even really driven one. Driven one maybe a mile before I got this Caterham from them, and I got to say I'm hooked. I'm hooked with it. It is the best. It's not the best car, but it is just one of those cars. It gives you such a good feel-good factor, and the whole team, the community around it. I don't just mean the Caterham staff who are bloody brilliant, but the community of people who buy Caterhams or who run Caterhams. It is brilliant. No egos, Oh, my car's better than yours. Oh, I paid 20,000 for my paint job. Yes, you lucky supercars with your F40 in your hella face. But he's actually doing the Caterham Academy with me this year, and I'm gutted because I know he's going to. Yeah, he's going to beat me as well because he's a good driver, and I was rubbish.
So so you were at Donington yesterday, day before? Yesterday.
Yeah, I was on an RMA track day yesterday. Committed.
Oh, RMA, that's it. Yeah, Leighton. Yeah.
Yeah, with Leighton. Up at 5 a.m. Drove the car there. Didn't trailer it. Drove it. Snowing. No roof. No heater. Freezing cold. So we got there. We had a whole day there. Absolutely brilliant. Loads of laps. Myself, Joe, Andy, we all did some laps in the car. Theirs were a bit faster than mine, and then drove it back again. So yeah, it was.
I didn't realise you were letting everyone have a go in your car. Otherwise, I would have popped up.
You're always welcome. Paul did 5 hours in that Caterham yesterday. It was quite funny.
Oh, imagine.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. I've got a lad that works at LoveCars. I'm not going to mention any names. I cannot believe, Nigel, I can't afford Silverstone. Give me a break, mate. Like Silverstone, he's asking if we're going to Silverstone. I can't afford that. I'm a peasant. I've got a lad that works for me. He's 21. He's car mad, and he doesn't want to drive the Caterham on the motorway because he gets a bit intimidated by the lorries. You got to gun it, son. Just gun it. It's all right. Gun it. If you go slow, that's where the problems start. Because then the lorries overtake you. Then it's a bit. But if you just gun it, you're okay.
If the lorries overtake you and it's starting to rain, presumably you could just duck underneath it, can't you? And use that as a roof, like Fast and Furious style.
I haven't tried that. I'll let you try that. I'll let you be the judge of that. But
it sounds like a shout. I've only ever driven a Caterham. Well, it wasn't even a Caterham. It was like a kit car version of a Caterham. I've only ever driven one on the road once, and I thought it was absolutely hysterical. However, exactly what you said, you just feel so intimidated every time something came the other way.
No, I didn't say that. I said that about my 21-year-old who I cannot believe he is.
Oh, okay.
Because it's not intimidating. It's not.
I was all right until every time a car was coming the other way, and I was a bit like, and the car was black as well, which I don't think helped. So I just felt really like just invisible. And like on a motorbike, you feel you've got no protection around you, but you're a bit higher up, and because you're narrow, you can kind of get yourself out of danger. Whereas in this, I just felt really. Plus, I'm getting old as well. But I was just like I could have done with a bit more car around me, I think.
So you got a few questions here you got to mention, and you got man up, by the way. That, well, you were intimidated driving a Caterham on the road. What's the matter with you? I thought you were a proper man, and I'm not sexist, proper woman, proper man, but he happens to be a man. So Sam Harris is picking up a 310R at the end of May. I went in a 620R today for a little spin. Actually, someone popped around my house and gave me a lift. Pray for my spine. No, it's not bad at all. Do you know what? The 620R has got heated seats. It's got a heater. It's wide. It's fantastic. Nigel's going to be 55, and he's inviting everybody on this chat, all 31 people, to Donington on the 12th of, I guess, May. So, wow, he's so generous, that man. Inviting,
yeah.
I guess it's just an open invite to everybody, so that's great. And Saucy Woman, I've heard it's hard to drive. It's not hard to drive a Caterham, but the problem is with you Canadians and Americans, it's a stick shift. And the irony is, in America now, they're all moving to manual, where it's been automatic forever. And in the UK, it's the opposite. You notice, but so many people are now moving to auto as opposed to not even wanting to learn to drive in a manual anymore, which is a real travesty, really.
I didn't realise the manual thing in America. Everyone's going over to manuals. Well,
they're trying. They're trying to really encourage people to drive stick shifts. So, and we got some love.
Really?
Here. What's the love going on? Is Nigel paying? Yes, Nigel's paying for everyone. Nigel's paying for everybody. Breakfast, lunch, probably throwing a hotel as well. So yeah, he's paying for everybody. Just send him a DM. Tell him Spud Muffin sent you. Spud Muffin Rick sent you, and then
Spud Muffin. Where's that come from?
You're Rick Spud, aren't you?
Spud Muffin. Where's the muffin? I mean, I've got muffin tops, so I'll give you that. Maybe that's where it's come from. What do you like? How much of that wine have you had to drink already?
Hang on, Happy's got a serious question. Can you tell me about modification of a car, like makeup of a car? No, I can't. He probably can. I can't. I don't know anything. Nadia has an auto. Exactly, Babs. Exactly. Thank you. I don't know anything. Do you know what? This Caterham for me has been brilliant. I'm very, very lucky with my job. And somebody did ask how I got this job, but kind of just fell into it by chance. Very, very lucky with my job. I get a car, and I'm very lucky with the cars that arrive in my driveway. And you put petrol in them and you drive them, that's it. But this Caterham, I've had it up on jacks. My son, who's 10 years old, absolutely loves it. We've had the doors off, the wheels off, on axle stands. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. So for someone that's not mechanical, the only thing I don't like, and you're going to tell me to man up now, is your fingernails. Because yesterday at Donington, you know, when you're putting petrol in, when you're torquing the wheels and all that sort of stuff, it get all grubby and mucky.
Yeah, that's the point of working on your car. Come on, man. No, you need to man up.
Yeah, I know.
Have you got to work on your own car? I know you got supercar. You got supercar Nigel calling me Spud Muffin now.
I love Nigel.
Hashtag Spud Muffin. I can see it now. What? How much work do you have to do on your own car? Do you have to do like discs and pads and all that sort of stuff? Or
well, supposedly, but fortunately or unfortunately, there's a chap called Mark who is one of the mechanics at Caterham. So every year, Caterham, how good is this? How good are they? This will give you an indication how good a company they are to work for. So every year they have a ballot. So every employee can put into this ballot, and if you're successful, if your name's picked out of the hat, you get to do the academy for the year, which is brilliant. And the guy that won it this year, not only is he one of the top mechanics, so knows the cars inside out, his hobby is track days. He's already at his home made a space on the mantelpiece for the trophy. So he's a little bit confident. Dude. Mark Jones, his name is. You should look him up as well. So he's a bit like Vin Diesel. He's a bit cool. I've lost my trail of thought.
It sounds like you might be overconfident. You've got you've got Joe, your mate Joe, putting Andy McCann forward for mechanicking for you, so that's good.
But we're allowed to say who Joe is. I'm going to say who Joe is because I don't care. So it's your chat. But Joe.
Yeah.
So when you see on TV, on Top Gear and the Grand Tour, when you see Paddy McGuinness and Freddie Flintoff doing these unbelievable power slides, sort of 90-mile-an-hour power slides, and then it cuts to them in the car just talking normally, that's not them. I hate to break it to you. That's Joe and his team of driving wizards.
Isn't it?
I hate to break it to you. So Jeremy Clarkson, James May, Richard Hammond, Paddy McGuinness, Chris Harris even doubles up for him. He like Rick Spud Muffin and Andy McCann and all these guys are exceptionally good drivers. So he said, I'm not allowed to tell anyone. Too late, Joe. Couldn't hear the cars going around Donington whilst at work. East Midlands Airport. Oh, you work at East Midlands Airport. Wow. Just literally around the corner from Donington Park. There wasn't anything that noisy. There's a few McLarens, a few Porsches, a couple of Radicals. Hoovering the floors now. Call me back. Shit. Turd emoji. Kiss, kiss, kiss.
Paul, I feel like you should do these lives more just on your own, just reading the comments, because I feel like I'm part of your live now. You just have your own little laugh.
Good night to you as well, Sadie. Someone's saying good night to you. Say good night, because whereabouts in the world are you? I'm guessing Middle East. That's my guess.
Quite possibly. I was about to ask you something then. Oh, that's it. What powers your Caterham and what powers the 620? Is the 620R the most powerful one?
Yeah, so someone's just saying, what about the guy from Autocar? So there's mainly three key guys that do it. They're from a company called Driving Wizards. So if you look them up, you'll be able to see. So those guys. So if you don't know anything about Caterhams, the number correlates with the horsepower per ton. So the 620R, 620 horsepower per ton. So 310 is 310 horsepower per ton. So that's the easiest way to think about it. And my little Academy car is 127 horsepower, weighs about 565 kilograms. It's got plenty of poke. It's okay. It does about 115 miles an hour.
It's lively.
But you know, anyone that knows anything about Caterhams knows that it's not about the car in a straight line. It's about it's about going around the corners. So and it's quite funny that a Caterham can go around corners as fast as anything, really. But then the big stuff, as soon as it gets on the straight line, when you got 500-600 horsepower, good night. And it was quite frightening yesterday. People like you, Rick Spud Muffin, coming up behind in your big, powerful cars, and me checking my mirrors that are moving around like that all over the place. That was the scary thing.
I haven't normally got a reputation for driving big, powerful cars. However, last week at Silverstone, oh my days, my mate Supergav unleashed me on track in his M3 CS. He was like, he said, I'm going to go up in my Ferrari. If you want to bring my M3 CS up, then I'll let you take it on the track. I was like, well, that sounds like a good deal. Like, I felt like it was a service I was providing him. So I was just like, so it's literally 4 times the power of my little Honda Civic. I've never experienced anything like it on track. I've driven stuff with 600 horsepower before, but not on track. And this thing was just an absolute animal. It was just an absolute weapon. And it's literally exactly what you're saying. The guys were there in the Caterhams doing their shakedown of their Caterhams, and in the bends they'd catch you up, and then on the straights you've disappeared. But you may as well just let them pass, because when you get to the next corner, you're just going to hold them up again. But these things were just dive bombing everyone. It was, I think, a couple of complaints were made because. It was I think it was Silverstone's first track day that they'd run. It was 1st of April, and they were just dive bombing everyone. It was honestly, a mate of mine ran wide in the corner. He got done on the outside by a Caterham, and then got done on the inside by a Caterham on the same corner. And I was just like, at the same time, I was like, it's it was carnage. But mega day. Never driven Silverstone before. Just absolutely loved it. But that thing was an absolute weapon.
You've never driven a Silverstone before? I thought you would have driven everywhere. People are saying about you petrified of going 60 miles an hour in your Civic. And let me just confirm one thing, Rick. I wouldn't have held you up in the Caterham. You would have gone past me. I was useless. Oh, I'm so gutted. I was so gutted driving home. My 2.5 hours in the snow, driving home, no roof, no heater, freezing cold. And I just...
Oh, mate. Oh, well, I really feel for you, because once I got back on the motorway, I put everything in comfort mode. I put the radio on, had the aircon going. It was lovely.
Did he let you turn the traction control off on the track?
Right. This is a bone of contention. Basically, the first session out on the track, because I thought, it's not my car. I've never driven anything with this power before. I'm going to leave everything on. And I'm glad I did, because it saved me a couple of times. Got to the second session, and I was like, okay, I'm starting to feel the car out. I probably could go halfway mode, but I didn't. And then the last session, I probably should have gone either halfway or everything off, because a couple of times it just started to rotate coming out the corners. I mean, got the hammer down, and I thought, oh, that's all right. It's just going to have a little moment. And then just as it went a tiny bit too much, everything just went, no. And I was chasing my mate, and he just disappeared. And I was like, oh. But honestly, mega better kit. But we're going to Bedford next month, and he said, do you want to do the same again? If you come to my house, I'll take the Ferrari, you take the M3, and you could drive some laps to Bedford. So, we're doing it the same again next month. So I'll probably go halfway maybe. And hopefully we're allowed some passengers, because it was almost a bit boring doing it on your own. I'd rather have someone else in the car to have a bit of a laugh with. But it was brilliant. We love a bit of wine. I'm
happy. This is Arabic tea, okay? I don't want to offend any of my my friends from the Middle East. We're doing some really amazing stuff in the Middle East. It's all in planning now, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. Because we did our last TV show on ITV4. We did it on such a minuscule budget. We pulled in favours everywhere. But we're going to come to the Middle East, and we're going to do the most incredible. Like the Grand Tour, like Top Gear, where they have a big budget, and we're just going to absolutely smash it. I'm so excited. It's all work in progress at the moment. Sadly, like I said, this little cold is getting in the way a little bit, just to finalise things. But that's going to be very exciting.
Oh, I'm really pleased with you, man. Well, that's what I was going to ask you about. Obviously, you've done your ITV4 show. So is the next one not going to be on ITV4 then, or can you not say?
Well, no, I can say, but we didn't really get that much from ITV, to be honest, in terms of, ITV are massive. I've grown up my whole life watching ITV, and it was such a real honour. When the show first came on, the first week, it was on Bradley Walsh, whatever his program is. What's his program? I'm saying whatever it is, but it's a great program. And
I know that I can't think of the show, but I don't watch loads of TV, but I know
the chase. So it came up after the chase, and be sure to watch Tiff Needell and Paul Woodman later. Blah 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 blah. And then after Emmerdale Farm has been on forever. And after this, if you want something a bit different, go and watch LoveCars on the Road with Paul Woodman and Tiff Needell. I was like, wow, this is amazing. But that was it. We haven't had anything since. So it kind of peaked quite.
Oh man, really?
But, and
the show. I thought the show was brilliant.
It is what it is. We're very happy with what happened, but we've just got massive plans for.
Oh, you stopped again. Oh, you're back again. I thought the show was mega, mate. I thought it looked super pro. I thought, exactly like you said, I thought it had done really well. I didn't realise it had not done as well as you'd hoped.
Well, no, it did well with the numbers and the viewings, and okay. other than the snooker, we got the best ratings for a long time, but we didn't really get that much support. So Jazzy's saying wait until the winter. Absolutely, you're right. For filming in the Middle East. So the earliest we're going to film is November, actually. But it's probably now going to be January, February, March for filming in the Middle East. And somebody else said, Leo Forster said, is that the legend Joe Hopkins? So Joe Hopkins is the track day coach. That is Joe Hopkins, the track day coach.
Yeah, that's my buddy Leo. I work with him on the rage buggies. In fact, we'll have to get you down the rage buggies to have a little go in one of those one day. It's Forster Racing School.
We did the rage buggy on the show against the Nomad. Vicky Piria, the W Racing star from Italy. She's brilliant.
They may have even been one of Leo's. Was it a 2-seater one?
Yeah, 2-seater rage Comet. It was Comet R.
Oh, I don't know. He gets his fingers in so many pies. I can't keep tabs of it. I know he was doing something with a bunch of other. He was like Ken Block and somebody else. He was doing something with. I don't know. He's a bit like you. He's so Hollywood.
Leo's Gabriel Morosini. Now this is the coolest man, not just in Italy, in the world. We got a BHP verified on the chat. Now we've made it, Rick. We've made it. Rick Spud Muffin, we've made it.
I like the way you keep saying we. They've only come here to see you, Paul.
No, they haven't. They come to see you. Gabriel Morosini, honestly, is the coolest man I know. With a name like that.
Oh, and you've frozen again.
You've got to be cool.
What are you laughing at, Leo? Are you... Oh, he's gone again. No. Put another 50p in the meter, Paul. Shake your Wi-Fi box. Oh no! It's back again.
Did you get really nervous?
Shake your Wi-Fi box, Paul. He's back again. Oh no, he's gone again. Uh-oh. Fingers in pies. Oh no. This always happens. I always end up losing somebody at the best bit. Come on, Paul. Get on the phone to Virgin Media. Oh, you're joking. Warm apple pies. Oh no, Paul's gone. Let's see if we can get it back in again. Oh my days, what is going down? Here we go. Oh, he's still here. He's gone, but he's here. Signal problems. Paul spent all his money on his hair and his teeth, and he hasn't spent his... There we go, he's back again. Hello, mate.
I changed over Wi-Fi's. But do not get Virgin Media if you're in the UK. Now I'm on the BT Wi-Fi. Virgin Media, you suck. You suck. You are terrible.
Smooth as silk now.
Now it's on BT Wi-Fi. Yeah,
there you go.
See, Babs lives in a mansion. Her place was in our TV show. Beautiful Tudor lodge. Oh no, I shouldn't. It is a beautiful Tudor lodge. How bad is that? Virgin Media. You should be ashamed of yourself. It's 2021. I pay for a big fibre pipe coming in the house. It's awful. I can't get 4G here. I've got no signal at my house. I rely on Wi-Fi. That's why I've got BT and Virgin Media. I've got no signal. So I have to have Wi-Fi. That's why I've got two. Because I literally don't even have a single bar on my phone. I live in a black spot. But Virgin Media, awful.
Because you're so Hollywood, surely when we get off of here, you can like give a quick call to like Richard Branson or something and tell him to shake up the old broadband.
I'm more Holyrood than Hollywood. only Scottish people will get that joke. Yeah. No, we're not going to get any virgin. We don't get any sponsorship, to be honest with you, so we're not worried about that. It's funny.
Yeah, go on.
Rick, tell me, what were you when this went dead? What were you doing? What were you saying? I got to watch that bit back when
your driving's faster than your Wi-Fi. I was just saying. I was just saying. I think Paul's got to give his Wi-Fi box a shake or say. I can't remember. I think I said you spend more on your hair and your teeth than your Wi-Fi.
I don't spend any money on my hair and my teeth. Well, I put some wax in, but I do not get my teeth. I do not.
Honestly, mate, you look so. It's just jealousy, mate. Don't listen to anyone. It's just jealousy.
You know the secret? Let me show you the secret. See?
Go on.
That's the secret.
What's
light.
That?
It's a light. You told me to get a light, so I got a light from the camera bag. Yeah, and you put the
I
light
didn't tell you to get a light. I said I won't need. I said I won't need to tell you to get a light because you know your stuff.
James Automobiles, Caterham man. He's phoning about a flat bottom. What do you call it? I don't know. Anyway, who's that? Miracles, Mugs and More. Is that not what happens? I do not get my teeth whitened. If I got my teeth whitened, I would tell you I got my teeth whitened. If I dye my hair, I'll tell you I dye my hair. I don't do either. I promise you. I put moisturiser on every single day from Lush. It's just Lush moisturiser. And that's that is it. I actually bought
that's your regime
kit for his 50th. Gordon says, "How's the Caterham driving going?" Rubbish. Gordon, rubbish.
That's a lie. I reckon you're playing it down, and you set one of the fastest laps around Donington. They came out and told you to slow down. They said, mate, you've got to play your cards close to your chest. You can't be setting fastest laps before the academy started because everyone's going to be trying to like put turbos on their cars or something to keep up with you.
I cannot believe I was 4 seconds slower than that McLaren P1 with the professional driver. Can't believe. I wish. No, Gordon, I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. We've been talking a lot about Caterham on this chat. I'm absolutely loving it, but I'm also a little bit frustrated with how I thought I've spent quite a bit of time on tracks. I thought I was going to get on a track and be quite good, and I've really struggled. I'll be honest with you on the track, but I think I'll do well in the sprint. I'll put that out there now. I think I'll do okay in the sprint. But so I'm not sandbagging. I'm not saying, I don't think I'm going to do very well on the track and then go out there and do well. I thought I was going to be really pushing for a podium every single week, and now I realise I'm probably going to be middle of the pack, which is fine. But I'm doing this for fun, and I'm doing it because it's going to be an experience. But I'm also doing it because I wanted to win. But now my expectations have been reset somewhat. But I really hope I do well in the sprint.
Which bit were you struggling with on track?
Driving, Rick.
Just all of it. What? Not enough speed in the corners, or too early on the brakes, or
the whole thing. Just a typical amateur, just braking too early, not enough speed, not enough exit speed, not everything. It was really disappointing. But it's going to be fun. And again, see, this is Spud Muffin versus Woodman challenge. But again, this is what's good because I got back last night. Nick Fox, he's another legend. I got back last night. The corners
on the straights. Joe's just said you were struggling on the corners and the straights. Everything else you were good.
Yeah, I was good in the pit lane. I observed the pit lane limit quite well. I was quite good at that. No, I was rubbish. I was really disappointed. But I said that on my frustration with the Caterham. We've got a group chat. It's very exclusive. You've got to be in the Caterham Academy to be on this WhatsApp group chat. But everybody picks you up, and they say, look, don't worry about it. Whatever happens, you're still going to have fun, and it does make you feel better. It's really nice.
No, mega. Oh, mate, I'm looking forward to it. Is it like NASCAR racing? All the cars are the same, but they're not the same. Is there stuff you can change, or everything's got to be stock?
Everything stock, so you cannot change everything. See, Joe's just hit the nail on the head. Lucky Supercars, good hospitality game. We will have the best crack, win or lose. We'll have a smile on our face, and we'll have the best crack. Honestly, and Tiff is. I've got to say, whether you like Tiff or not, he is amazing. He's so supportive of all this. He sends me videos. He shows me what I should be doing, saying, think about this, think about it. He is so good, so supportive. And he phoned me last night when I got back from Donington. And he was just asking me, and still saying, look, it's all about fun. You've got to have fun. And yes, we want you to compete, but you don't forget, you're doing this for fun. You're not going to be a Lewis Hamilton. You're doing it for fun. And on Saturday, we've got a track day at Caterham, and Tiff's going to come along to that as well. Wow, look at that. We've got the big dogs on here now. Have you seen who's just joined us?
I don't know who that is.
Very honoured. You should feel very honoured. You need to, if you don't know who they are, shame on you, and you need to look later. I think we both need to salute for that.
I don't spend enough time trolling. I need to spend more time trolling Instagram.
You need to check out, they make the most epic cars. You need to, can you say cars, SUVs, off-roaders, I don't know, supercar?
Yeah, it's still a car, isn't it?
Yeah. So definitely check those bad boys out. But it's going to be good. We'll do the whole thing with a laugh. And this Saturday, Tiff's going to come along to Caterham. We've got a track day there, just an open track day from Caterham, and he's going to have some laps in the car as well and give me some pointers. And so it should be a lot of fun.
The danger is that he goes and does some laps in it, and then you go and do some laps in it, and you're going to realise what the car's capable of.
Look, so it's not a car, it's not a SUV, it's a tank. That's what it is.
It's a tank.
It is bloody amazing. Oh, I want to drive down Kensington High Street. I've got a
list of YouTube. I've got a list of Instagram accounts. I've got to go and search as soon as I get off of this.
When you get off this, and you look at that, and you look at what this car is, you're going to be like, oh my goodness, it is epic. It's so good. We got on the show next year. So when we do the Middle East special show, we need to get that on there, because that is the most perfect car. I can just see it smashing through the sand dunes and causing absolute havoc wherever it goes. Car Mad Dad, boys. Car Mad Dad.
No, how we doing, mate? It sounds like you've got about 6 months worth of filming lined up for when you get out to the Middle East.
Actually, no, it sounds like that, but you got to sort of condense it a little more. So it'd be probably sort of 2 or 3 weeks, and then sort of come back for a couple of weeks in between each time. So that's going to be epic. That's going to be really, really special. Back to Caterham very quickly, because you only because you just asked me, and I go off on tangents because I've got a really small brain. I sort of just go off all over the place. But you said about where will it be featured? So it's going to be featured on LoveCars. We're going to put it on our YouTube channel, but also it's going to be live streamed as well. So there's no hiding at all. So every single race is going to be live streamed, not by us, by Caterham. So that's going to be good. And then Tiff and I, as you know, evening benders. You cannot say that. You can't say that.
That's my mate Jim. That's my mate Jim. He's got no filter. He's got no filter.
Say that. I love Jim already. So
do I. It's all right.
Also, every Monday at 8 o'clock, we're doing a podcast, as we mentioned earlier, which is called LoveCars on the Grid, with myself and Tiff Needell, who is a motorsport guru. So we're going to round up of all the motorsport around the world, whatever happened that previous weekend, and we'll include the very high-profile Caterham Academy in that as well.
So, am I right in saying that Tiff got you? He kind of pushed you into this Caterham Academy in the first place?
Yeah, it was we wanted to do some racing events. So I did my ARDS last year. Tiff sorted that out at Thruxton, but when you do the Caterham Academy, they put you through your ARDS. They do everything for you. You just pay the money. But as we said, it's a really cost-effective racing series to do. And Tiff just really wanted to do some racing together. And then this came along, and it was just too good an opportunity not to do. It really, I'm so excited. I think it's going to be a brilliant year. I've already met some amazing people that are doing the academy. We know Lucky Supercars Joe, he's on it. He's a top bloke. So got some nice cars. 2 LFAs. That's just greedy. That's just pure greed.
I know. I met him at Goodwood because I've had a little bit to do with the press LFA. And I saw him there, and I was like, "Oh, really nice! I like the wheels on it. Is that the Nürburgring edition?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I nicked the wheels from that off my other LFA or something." And I was just like, "You got 2 LFAs?" I'm like, "Oh, good grief!" He quite literally living the dream.
So Gordon's saying, when are you up in Scotland filming so I can meet you and Tiff? Well, who knows at the moment, but we're coming to Scotland for we're going to Knockhill for the Caterham Academy, and we're trying to convince Lucky Supercars to take his F40 up on a trailer at the same time.
Oh wow!
And then we got another mate up there who's got an F50, and then we got a few other people that's going to have maybe we'll get that holy trinity of 288 GTO, F40, F50, Enzo, and LaFerrari up on the beautiful Scottish roads. I'm going to Scotland. Tiff's not going, but I'm going on beginning of May with the Audi e-tron Coupe. So that should be quite nice as well. That's at the top near Inverness, so that'd be quite good fun.
Oh, mate, amazing. Mate, I've just seen the time. We've been on for 50 minutes. I don't think I've asked you any of the questions I've written down.
You haven't written questions down. You're so square. That is square.
I've got a load of questions here. Not questions so much as like topics. One of the things I did want to talk about was Caterham Academy. We briefly touched on that. So
I hope they're watching.
That's a lot. I want to actually, that is like, I was going to talk about your TV show and your new TV show. We have talked about that as well. That's a lie. I've got down Tiff Needell. How did you end up getting Tiff involved, and what's it like working with Tiff?
I went on a Formula One experience. I was invited on to the Formula One experience. You get invited to some nice things when you're doing stuff online with cars, I guess, for any industry. So I'm very lucky to get invited on the Formula One experience. A chap called Ollie Ashley. And Tiff was the main sort of host of that, and we kind of chatted a little bit, and then we got put in touch afterwards because we needed someone to do a video for us. We just got into doing videos at that time, and we've sort of been mates ever since. And it very quickly went from him being a paid presenter on our channel. Not that we paid him very much, but which he'll be the first to tell you. But from a paid presenter on our channel to being a mate, and it's amazing working with him, but it's also a little bit frustrating because he's one of the best automotive presenters in the world. I was speaking to somebody yesterday at Donington who knows Jeremy Clarkson very well, and he said the person that Jeremy Clarkson rates probably above anyone else is Tiff Needell, and he said because he is just he can drive, he can talk, and it's really. It's such an honour to work with someone like that. But he's a pain in the arse as well. But he's a good guy to be around, and we're mates. We're mates. We speak. I guess I don't know. Probably sort of more often I speak to girlfriends 3 or 4 times a week, 5 times a week maybe. But
brilliant.
And just yeah, we're just good mates. Somebody just said hello from Mumbai. I've been to Mumbai. What a crazy place that is. I've been there a couple of times. Wow, what a crazy place. So hello to you as well. So
just to back up a little bit, it did answer my question very well. However, to back up before that, you said you got invited to the Formula One experience because you were doing stuff online. What were you doing that got you invited to Formula One experience, and how did you get involved in that? Oh,
you're like a presenter now, aren't you?
I'm genuinely just being nosy. I don't know how you got involved in this whole world.
So Toby's saying can't wait for the racing to start. Yeah, me too. Do you know what? So I started LoveCars 10 years ago, and I started it up. But it started off life because my background's in technology, but I've always loved cars, and it started off life as a bit like Piston Heads is. So we wanted to be a car community, a bit like Drive Tribe is now as well. And get at the time it was getting people off Facebook and off Twitter and onto LoveCars. And we still have this really big dream and a passion to continue doing that. But to compete against Facebook and Twitter, you need millions and millions. And we didn't have millions, but we put a few quid in. We made a beautiful platform. We got about 75,000 people on the platform. But then it's sort of then the whole dynamic of the business changed, and then we made a video for ourselves. We started making a few little videos for YouTube, just put our toe in the water a little bit, and because we had access to some nice stuff. And then we made a video at an event, and then a very big client now said to us, would you make a video for us? And that was 3.5 years ago. So we make content for brands. We make a lot of content for brands. And that's really our sort of bread and butter. So the YouTube stuff is just a bit of a bonus, and it's just a bit of fun, a bit of a bonus, but it's very stressful. And the YouTube model sucks. Anyone that thinks they're going to get in YouTube and make gazillions, it's very rare that happens. It's such a tiny minority. Even the guys that are killing it, it's so much work, and we just haven't got that time or the resource to put that work into YouTube. But we love what we do, and we try and put real passion into what we do, and it doesn't reflect it often with the views that we get. But it is what it is. And going back to Tiff, where all this sort of came from, he's really passionate about it as well. And he gets really frustrated. He sees some of the other channels that they have their camera and go, "Hey guys, hello everybody," and
2 million views.
Yeah, and we try and make some beautiful content, and our views suck.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. If it clicks, it clicks. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Yeah,
absolutely.
You also work with another mate of mine, Sid North. What's it like working with him? AKA Sideways Sid. Is he quite sideways?
So I'm a bit old, Rick, as we've already discussed in this chat. So I don't like sideways on the road because I'm a bit old and a bit old-fashioned, and I don't think it sets the best example to the youngsters, but he is a youngster. And as he says, he's from Essex. That's what he says. I'm not saying that. He's from Essex, but he's a very talented driver. He needs to. He has just reeled it in a little bit recently. And curbed his enthusiasm a little bit, which I think he needs to do because he's a very talented driver and he's a very good presenter. So he's. What was like? I didn't really work with him. Only on a couple of. We did a brilliant item with Sid, Tiff, myself, and Sid. We ended up on Weston-super-Mare Pier in 3 brilliant cars, and it was lovely. It was a really good event. Stuart Clark says, "Evening, chaps. Thought LoveCars was good. Keep at it, Paul. I worked with Tiff at Thruxton." Oh, there we go. Sorry,
that's my mate Stu. He's a good lad. Stu said he wants first refusal on my little Civic. He's a bit of an old Honda fan. He managed to find his old Integra race car that he raced in like '99. It went somewhere else, and he bought it back a few years ago. And he's in the middle of renovating at the moment, but that's pretty cool. No, the feature you're talking about, you, Tiff, and Sid, is probably one of my favourites. I love the dynamic of the three of you. It was really funny. However, my favourite bit is when you did the little slalom course on the thing, and you're counting Sid down, and you're giving him a 3, 2, 1. By the time you get to 2, he's already got the rear wheels spinning in the box before you've let him go. And he just disappeared down the course. He was doing donuts and burnouts and whatever. And I was absolutely wearing my pants because I thought if that doesn't sum Sid up in 30 seconds, I don't know what does.
Well, I hate to tell you, but that was scripted. And that was all part of the gag where
ruined.
I hate to tell you, but it wasn't scripted that I won. Did I mention I beat Tiff in the slalom course? Did I mention that?
Mate, shattered my dreams. Like, also telling me that like Joe does all Clarkson's like stunt work. I didn't know that at all. I'm absolutely ruined.
Mate, Joe is exactly. You didn't know that at all.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that at all. Hopefully, I'm seeing him again in a couple of months. I've had some requests to drive for a Rolls-Royce at the Festival of Speed again. So I'm so looking forward to doing some events, man. Absolutely buzzing to get behind the wheel of a Rolls-Royce again.
Do you know what's funny? Because I don't know what people think of Top Gear, but I think Paddy, Freddie and Chris Harris are a brilliant trio. I think they get on incredibly well. I think they're a brilliant trio, really entertaining. But it's so funny when you see Twitter and they say, "Wow, I can't believe how well, how much improved Paddy and Freddie are at driving this year when they've just done this 100-mile-an-hour power slide." Oh, you think you want to get on there and say, "Actually, wasn't him driving," but you're not going to do that.
My worst one. I don't know if you saw. Did you see the electric buggy thing versus the jetpack man? There was a shot on like a hairpin bend, and matey was hard on the brakes coming in and done a massive Scandi flick into the hairpin, and I was like, and then it just cut to Freddie just going, and I was just like, no, come on. That thing was on its nose, like doing a massive Scandi, and I was like, no, there's no way, you can't put that in because it just doesn't look, to me, it doesn't look right.
But then it's, like you said, it's so unnatural after when they're just in car going, and it's really fast and so and Nick Williams just said, who again is a very good photographer, amazing photographer. Nick Williams just said when they blur the screens as well. You're right. Ian just asked, "Am I excited for racing?" Absolutely, can't wait. We spoke about that a lot about that on this call. I'm very excited. I'm a bit nervous, but quite excited as well. Bring it on.
We got it, Joe. Let's hope. Miss you, mate. Miss you too, Joe. Oh God, I'm trying to go back through a bit.
Get her, me too.
Dan talking about that on Monday. Yeah, we were, mate. Honestly, it's just carnage, mate. We're coming up to an hour.
What's R55 then? What's that for? Do you know?
It's a Mini. He's got Mini Cooper. No, Mini Clubman Cooper. Mini. I don't know. I don't really know minis. I don't know. He's got.
Was it Tiff? Chris Brooks said, "Was it Tiff?" No, it wasn't Tiff. Tiff is a flipping good driver, I've got to say.
Presumably Tiff must have doubled for them like a few times.
Oh, of course, he's a presenter. He's not going to bloody double for them, is he? He's a presenter. You get true. People like Joe that do the doubling, not and Joe. Who's the guy? Nicky. Oh, what's his name? The guy from Driving Wizards.
Yeah. Yeah, we're probably not meant to say his name on here anyway, so I'm going to...
No, he's from Nick. He's from Driving Wizards. You're allowed to mention his name.
Am I? Nicky... Oh, good grief. What is his name?
Mini Clubman Cooper S. We just had a Shadow Edition Clubman for about 3 months. What a great car. And you know what was really cool about that car? Underneath the Nicky Faulkner. Thank you, Nick.
Faulkner.
Underneath the boot, there was they had a retractable tow bar, and underneath the boot, there's a bike rack that just folds out. It's brilliant. Yes, I'm doing the academy, and I'm in the green team. Are you in it as well? Are you doing it as well? Faulkner. See, everyone's coming through with Nicky Faulkner.
Faulkner, yeah, Faulkner now. What's I think there was a guy there called Charlie Lower. He's a mate of mine. I think he's doing the Caterham. He's doing Caterham something this year. Maybe Caterham Academy. He picked up his Caterham last. Oh, he is.
Yeah, he's doing. I think he's in the white group. He's another one. Excuse me. He's another one that. Instagram bio is driving precision driver, so he's going to be
precision
good.
Driver. He works for Paul Swift Stunt School, so he goes around with Paul Swift and does stunt demos at big shows. Does it translate?
Stuart, we were just talking about this earlier, Stuart. That it's not expensive. And yeah, it's easy for me to say because I'm the media driver and not paying for it, but. It's 30 grand, and you get your car at the end of it, so it's not expensive for motor racing.
Yeah,
for a proper car, it's unbelievable. And at the end of it, if you don't want to carry on and do the 270 afterwards and upgrade, then you've probably got 25, 26 grand's worth of Caterham at the end of it anyway.
Yeah, but and also because it's Caterham, presumably consumables aren't that high either. So it's good on fuel, tyres, brakes, etc., etc. It's not like running a GT3 car.
Yeah, well, they say that you can last the whole championship with just one spare, 2 sets of tyres. The whole. I mean, people aren't doing that because people are trying to get quite competitive. So who's Silmorini Buonanotte? Is that being good night? Is that being good night?
I don't know. I'm not cultured like you are.
Joe says hopefully it'll be cheap. Yeah, hopefully he'll be. You know he's going to be. Get out of the way! Get elbows out! The whole shebang. What does Buonanotte mean? But I'm terrible at languages. We're English people, British people, so ignorant. We're so bad at languages. So
100%, mate. If you go abroad, you just point and speak a bit louder. That's it. Oh, he's gone again. Oh, no, he's back again.
Hello.
Oh no, he's back.
BT
again.
now's gone.
BT's going. Overloading your what's it? Who else have I got, Millie? Also, Ben Collins. How have you now you've got the old Stig on your videos as well? How did you get him through Tiff or something, or how does that work?
He's a Bristol boy. Oh, Ben Collins.
Oh, hang on, he's paused again.
Really cost for a driver coach and everything else. Yeah, but Ian, you don't need to. If you do it, Depends how you do it. If you do it and you want to compete, it's going to cost you 45, 50K. But I don't think it's going to cost you that much. I really don't think it's going to cost that much. If you want to get all the gear and you want to get driver coach and loads of track days, but you could do that for not very much more than £30,000 and get the car at the end of it. I think it's incredible value, particularly for motor racing. But to answer your question, Mr. Spud Muffin, so through Tiff, of course. So, it was one of his introductions, but he's a good guy. He's a Bristol boy. I'm a Bristol boy, so we're the same age, similar sort of standards in driving, really.
And he's a good lad. Yeah, of course. Is he a good lad as well? Is he a good driver? Good to work with?
No, he's absolutely awful. He's a terrible driver. He's painful to be around. Ben's got a really good sense of humour. Ben's really funny, very dry, very quick-witted, but very dry. Because he comes across as being, he's not like me, sort of bouncing around with energy and enthusiasm. He's very level-headed and dry, but his sense of humour is really on point. It's good.
I always love watching him interview. I think it was about 2 or 3 days ago, Drive Tribe put out an interview of them chatting with, or one of their guys chatting with Ben Collins, and he's just got a lovely way about him, just the way he talks about stuff, and he just seems really just genuine and just really nice and chilled out.
He's a nice man. He's a good man.
He seems really nice.
How many more questions you got?
Mate, I've got loads of questions, but we've been on for over an hour. I was going to ask you about the M3, M4 video, because there was a bit of you doing some burnouts at Thruxton, and I was just going to ask if that was you doing the burnouts or if that was Joe doing the burnouts.
Yeah, I got Joe in with a prosthetic mask. Do you know they wear that? You know they wear prosthetic masks.
Yeah.
See, this is where Ben is the big. I was going to say a rude word then, but this is where he's the big dog, because Ben doesn't wear prosthetic masks anymore. When he does the James Bond stuff, they wear, and I know Joe does as well, but they wear dots on their faces. They wear balaclava with red dots on their faces for CGI. So then they'll use CGI and they'll just put the whoever's face on instead of wearing prosthetics. Yeah, good stuff.
No, I didn't know that.
No, we don't use prosthetics or CGI in the filming of LoveCars.
In the film. Your secret's safe for me, Paul. What I was gonna briefly bring up, one of the things, I think I messaged you about it after I watched it, was your fiasco with charging up that electric car for that film shoot. That I was watching that with my hands over my head, just going, I just couldn't believe it, mate. It was just one thing after another. You couldn't have written it.
Well, half of it was so whatever anybody says, it happened. It happened as I said it. So my cameraman, poor guy, had a really early start in the morning. Thought he was going to finish by sort of 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, which is unheard of. Working at LoveCars is unheard of. Matt Woodley, his name is.
Always overtime.
Brilliant guy, very very talented guy. And the poor bloke, he was distraught. Come 10 o'clock, he still hadn't. So here's the question. Okay, there's another. You need to look at that question. I'll answer this. Okay. It was just horrendous. But I tell you, the thing that gets me with the whole EV setup is how Petrol Ped just did a video on this. Actually, I don't know whether you've seen it, but it's worth having a look at. And it's how militant. And he used that word, not me. Filming electric cars, Joe, isn't it? People have no idea. It is horrendous. It is so horrific. But Petrol Ped just said how militant EV owners are on.
Yes.
Online.
I saw that. Yeah.
And it's true. You try and give some honest feedback, and they say you're wrong. So what if you came back to your house and you went in? You came back and you got a third of a tank left or a third of a charge left, and then you come in and you're going to charge it up that evening. So you set your charger and you say it's going to charge overnight, so you get cheaper electricity. And then at 8 o'clock in the evening, someone says, "Oh my goodness, I need your help, Rick Spud Muffin. Can you come and help me?" And I'm in South Wales, and you've got to drive for an hour. You say, "Yeah, I can help you, no problem at all. But just wait 5 hours. I'll just charge my car, and then I'll be right there. Just wait 5 hours whilst I charge up." I'll be like, it's not for everybody, and people, they don't understand that it's not for everybody. And I understand electric, and I know it's the future, man. And I'm really bought into it. This week I've got a Taycan Turbo S. a Citroen Ami, which is the coolest electric car that's ever been made, and Harley Davidson.
Citroen Ami. Oh, the little box thing.
The coolest electric car ever made, and a Harley Davidson Livewire. So, if you say I'm not into electric cars, I've got 3 of the coolest electric vehicles ever made this week and next week. So, we're well into it, but it is so, and as Joe just said, who does all the filming for BBC, Top Gear, and for the Grand Tour, he's not allowed to tell you, but I am. Filming electric cars is just horrific. It's horrific. And then you turn up somewhere to charge it up, and you're hoping and praying this charger is going to work, and the reliability of the chargers is awful. It's really bad.
Yeah, and that's.
Am I really bought into it? I am bought into it. I don't like it. I don't like electric cars, and I don't like the having to wait for several hours to charge your cars. But I am bought into it. I am, and for certain people, it's amazing. If I just for potting around town or around a city, it's fantastic. But
I think there's a time. I think there's a time and a place, and there's an application for it. But I don't think. Like, I watched one of the Petrolhead videos where he had whatever it was electric, and he said he went one place and there wasn't one there because he was using an app that wasn't out of date, and then he went to another one, and thankfully, but there was only one socket there, so he went there and he charged it up. But you've got to sit there for an hour. Then on his way back, just as he got there, somebody else, he literally pulled in behind them so he's got to wait for them for an hour. Oh, hello. He's gone. Oh, here we go. so Petrolhead pulled in behind somebody else who'd literally just pulled into the thing. So he's got to wait an hour for them to charge up before he can then pull into the spot and then sit there for an hour and charge up. It's just, instead of just like splash and dash, you're there forever.
Yeah, it's frustrating. But then you go to some of the Nordic states and they've got banks and banks and banks and banks of chargers, and that's what it's all about. It'll get there. We got a Supra lover on here. With that, we were just talking about Supra. Actually, we were just talking about an item we did for television with Toyota Supra with a friend of Rick Spud Muffins on there.
Abusing the Spud Muffin, that's going to stick now. I've got now people calling me this all blooming time now. Talking of electric cars, I'm a bit of a Honda fan. Honda E, is that as good as everyone is excited about it is?
It's a lot of money. It's 30 grand, £31,000. But I was wax lyrical about it when I drove it. I was really complimentary about the car. It's just cute. I don't get, and Petrolhead is a prime example of this. He calls his cars names. I don't get when grown men call their cars names. I don't get it. I do not get it. I can't understand. And in America, they're all crazy about it. Oh, I'm going to call my supercar whatever, Lightning or whatever it may be. And our mate Petrolhead calling his cars Ruby was fine. Ruby, whatever it is.
Yeah, each to their own.
Each to their own, exactly. But for me, I don't get it. But with that Honda, honestly, it felt like a little mate. It felt like a friend. It was such a cute, had such a personality. There's something.
It just looks really quirky. I love it.
There's something. Tiff did some slides in that actually. Some power slides. Well, not power slides. Some donuts in that because you could take all the traction control settings off. So if you haven't seen that as a little EV city electric video we did on YouTube, we do some really cool stuff on YouTube, but we don't really get the views that a lot of the other boys get.
You do some mega stuff on YouTube, and I don't. But you've got the subscribers, but and some of your stuff gets the views, but some of your really good stuff doesn't seem to get the views. And I don't. It's the YouTube maze, mate. It's like who knows what works.
I'm going to write to this young lady here. Are you allowed to say young lady? That's probably ageist and sexist, isn't it?
Who knows, mate? Who knows? Yeah, I'm not sure you can say anything nowadays.
I'm going to write to her and say, why are we not getting the views? What's going on?
You've got a letter from YouTube?
Yeah, you'll get it I've just kept it. You get it when you get your 100,000 subscribers. So
okay, that won't be long.
How many subscribers are you up to? Hang on, someone's asked a good question.
I don't know, like 200 and something.
You got to read the comments. These are your fans, Rick. Spud Muffin. The new Kia EV6. That's really cool. And when they get charging down to when you get 80% in 10 minutes, wow, that's different gravy.
Yeah.
Already saved on my phone, Rick. Local supermarket has 6 charging bays, all of which are filled with non-electric disabled cars. Well, that happened to me. I turned up to Bournemouth University, and there was 2 Bournemouth University vans parked in the disabled electric charger. Oh, it was. And see,
I used to go to Bournemouth University.
Did you?
You couldn't tell. I've got business and IT, and the main thing I learned is I didn't want to work in an office.
It's posh now, mate. You wouldn't get in now. And Stu says that most of them are only 3 kilowatts. It's the same as, and I feel sorry for Ecotricity because I gave them a hard time, but they're rubbish. And I'll tell you why they're rubbish.
Really?
Because they were the forerunners of this. They adopted the UK electric revolution before anyone else. They put them in. They went to all the expense of putting them all in motorway services all over the UK, and now they can't afford to put decent ones in because they've only got 3 or 4 kilowatt chargers. And I feel really sorry for them because now people like me slate them because they're rubbish. Because if you go on a 3 or 4 kilowatt charger, as Stu says, it's going to take 9 hours. You're only allowed to stay in a motorway services for 2 hours before you get an £80 fine. So it's
you're going to put about 10% in your battery, which is only going to get you to the next services.
You won't even get 10% in 2 hours. Trying to do classical TV on YouTube. Yeah, I know. We need to change up the model. It's just not working. It's not working. Well, we can't sustain this business model because it's not working. It's really frustrating, but it's not working. Rolls-Royce EV, Steve-O, Redline, he's a cool dude. He shares so much of our stuff, and we're really grateful for that. Thank you. That is sticking Rick. Yeah, Rick Spud Muffin. He is a Spud Muffin, though, isn't he?
Already got a logo idea for Spud Muffin. Oh, dear, here we go. That's my mate Dan. He prints me some T-shirts. So I'm going to have a Spud Muffin Rick T-shirt.
You've got a McLaren P1 picture in Bahrain in your as your profile, because if that is, I think that's when I was lucky enough to go for the launch photos with George Williams. So that was February 2011, I think, for the launch photos of the P1. I think that's that photo. Maybe I'm wrong, but my eyes are getting bad at my age. Can you see that, Rick Spud Muffin?
I have. I've pressed on the thing, and now you've disappeared. But I've got messages instead. Oh no, you're back again. There we go. I've got such a small rubbish old phone. The moment I touch anything, it does its own thing.
What does anyone like to drink on it? I mean, I'm not a big drinker at all. I can go weeks and weeks without drinking. But my go-to is a little Shiraz, black stump Shiraz. I recommend that if anyone likes red wine or Arabic tea to you guys in the Middle East, my Khaliji friends.
I'm on a cup of tea. I'm on my next mug now. I'm on a Cadwell Park mug now.
Well, you got like cups of tea lined up with different mugs. Yeah,
no, Mrs. bringing me cups of tea. I was supposed to be doing dinner at 7 o'clock, but we're still going.
What do you mean 7? We only started at 7 o'clock. How do you do dinner?
Oh, sorry, 8 o'clock. Sorry, it's 20 past 8. I thought they cut us off after an hour, but I was willing to chance it because I'm having such fun.
Mini Club and Cooper S. R55 Dan says he drinks rum. Rum on its own? Oh, rum's gross. I can't drink spirits.
No, a mate of mine does drifting and stuff. He calls it spirit drink, and he ends up drinking it with something I can't remember. I'm not a fan of it. I'm honey Jack Daniels for me.
Ugh, gross.
Amaretto Coca-Cola. Love it.
Do you need a pee yet, Rick? Someone thinks you're getting old. Dan thinks you're getting old.
No, I'm good. I'm good to go. I went for about 20 wees just before I came on. I always do. I'll get super nervous just before I go live. Once it's an organised thing, I'm like, got to go for about 30 wees in the 10 minutes leading up to me pressing the live button.
Rum and fizzy orange. I've never heard that before. Rum and Fanta. I'll make use of Tiff's experience. Do you know what I really have done? And he's very technical. He's a brilliant engineering and understanding the nuts and bolts. So I have, and Tiff has been incredibly supportive. It was all his idea, really, to do this. So I definitely have made use of Tiff's experience. He's coming along, if you didn't hear earlier, he's coming along to Castle Combe on Saturday. He's going to do some laps with me, which would be great fun. Any tips for driving Goodwood, Rick? That's definitely for you, not me.
Don't fall off. There's no runoff. Yeah,
don't go on the grass.
Don't go on the grass because that's I mean, other than that, it's pretty much flat. It's not. Lots of lifting. The same with any people occasionally ask me about. I don't know why they ask me because I'm far from a good track day driver. But I'll just say drive at your own pace and slowly build up. There's so many people that do the first couple of laps and then go, I think I've learnt it now, and then just go full chat. You can't go like 40%, 50%, 90%. Do you know what I mean? You've got slowly got to build yourself up, and once you start, I mean, once you've got one corner right, you come into the next corner faster, and you've got to learn that again. And it's just same with anything, just progression. Build yourself. Wow, that was a very sensible answer from me. The marshals don't like it. Yeah, don't fall off. I may have been on the grass.
What about? Build yourself up. You've only got a few laps. Go for it. Drive fast, take chances.
Yeah, I mean that's Paul's advice. That's not my advice. Don't it's up to you, mate.
Yeah, so you're done, but there's lots of questions coming through, and I agree with this about electric cars and the feel that there's no driving pleasure from driving an electric car, but the Taycan Turbo S is pretty special, but there's no sort of driving pleasure. It's just it's a pleasurable car to drive, but it doesn't give you pleasure. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah, no, it does. Yeah. What, it just feels a bit, numb?
There's nothing to it. It's soulless. But it's an amazing car. It's hard to fault. It's engineering brilliance, but it hasn't really got much of a soul.
It's soulless.
If in doubt,
that makes sense. If in doubt, flat out, mate. When you're in a little Civic, mate, you can do nothing other than flat out because you haven't got any power.
Well, that's why you're saying flat out. I'm wondering, Goodwood flat out. What car are you in? We did a brilliant video. Tiff and I did the Audi S8, and we just did a bit of a 10 things you need to know about the S8. It's a really fun little video. It's only probably about 5 minutes. The 911 page. Crikey, you got some good friends on here, Rick.
Oh yeah, it's me. Yeah, they're all coming on to see what I'm up to. Yeah, that's it.
And we did a 10 things you need to about the Audi S8, which is a great little car. Well, it's a bloody big car, but I have a look at it on our YouTube. It's a really fun video. And we end up at Goodwood and we overtake some little cars. Can I have a follow back, Paul? Absolutely, Dan. I don't, believe it or not, I actually don't use social media. I don't go on my own Instagram. I reluctantly post maybe once every sort of 3 months, maybe every 6 months. I don't know. I only did this with Rick Spudmuffin because I think he's a lovely, lovely man, and I've been promising to do it for a long time. I get asked to these quite often. I don't know why. And I don't do them, but I did it with Rick because he's just a top bloke, and it's a pleasure to do it. But it'd be a pleasure to follow you and anyone, anyone on here that has taken the time to come on here and listen to this, then please just send a DM and follow you straight back. Be an absolute pleasure. But I don't use social media very much myself personally.
Mate, yeah, you did say that. We had a back and forth, and then I realised it wasn't you. It was who does it? Is it somebody? You got somebody working for you? Or?
Well, that was the same lad. We got a few people work for us, believe it or not. Okay. but that was the same lad. That was the same lad that doesn't want to drive the Caterham down the motorway anymore.
Oh, bless him. He'll get around to it. He'll build up to it.
Mainly because you love a chat. To be fair, Paul. Yeah, after a few of these, I'm all right. But my problem is I can always put it off because I've got a mountain of that. I've got so much work to do. There's always an excuse, but you need to make time. You need to make time for the things that you like to do because before you know it, your life's over. Your children, your family, because who knows what's around the corner, So, this is minor in that sort of grander scheme of things, but it's very true.
Oh, bless you, buddy. Bless you. Mate, it's been mega having you on. I feel like I could go for like another hour. I haven't even got into... Normally, after about 40 minutes, I get into my general questions. So these are ones that I've wanted to ask you specifically. And then I've got some general questions. I ask people what their favourite car is, the best car they've ever driven, blah, blah. I haven't even got into any of that. We talked for about 2 hours on the Caterham Academy, which I'm genuinely interested in about finding out about the Caterham Academy. When is it you're going to Brands Hatch? Because I feel like I should come up and cheer you on. I'm going to be in the grandstand with a "Don't Lift Paul" banner.
Tiff will be there, Brands Hatch, 7th of August. So Brands
7th of August. I should put that in the diary.
Bring your sunscreen for your head. Bring your sunscreen.
Mate, I've got loads of hair. What are you talking about? I always say it's taken me less time to do my hair, but more time to wash my face.
Good man. Rick, it's been an absolute pleasure for me as well. It's been a pleasure finding out more about you, and it's been lovely talking to your friends because I don't think any of them well, hopefully they'll be my friends now. But it's been a pleasure talking to you as well.
Well, you've just told them to all come and send you a DM and follow you, so they're all going to jump on your Instagram after this, hopefully.
Well, go on LoveCars. I don't use Instagram. I don't go on it. The only thing I do it for, and I shouldn't say this, is no, I'm not going to say it because it makes me sound so cheap and tacky, and I'm not cheap and tacky. But but no, it's been an absolute pleasure for me as well.
Mate, it's been so good. I know you're such a busy man, and we've been trying to line this up for so long, and it was one of those like, oh, I could do it, I can't do it then, I could do it. Let's do it tonight, and it was suddenly like it's coming, it's a long day, well, a long way in the future. I know, let's just do it now.
A busy fool is more appropriate than a busy man, but we got some exciting stuff. And
mate, it's been absolutely great to catch up with you, mate. If you're ever bored or you want to do another one, mate, just hit us up. I'll have to come on, and I'll actually get into my other questions that I've got to ask you.
You know, everybody's going like this at the moment. No.
Mate, I'm happy just to have a catch up with you. I don't care if anyone else comes on. I'm just happy to have a video call chat. If we get no followers on here, I'll just do a WhatsApp video and have a catch up.
Perfect. Sounds good to me. Thanks. I really appreciate all the guys asking the questions and stuff as well. That's been brilliant.
Mate, thank you ever so much indeed. If I press the right buttons after this, I'm going to save this in my Instagram TV. So if anyone's I've dropped my pen. If anyone's joined us halfway through and wants to know what we've been chatting about and laughing about, we have had a proper good giggle actually.
Rick,
and
nobody's going to go back. Nobody's going to go back and watch it.
It's an hour and a half. What's that?
Rick, nobody's going to go back and watch it. Just end it, mate. Because
people come back and watch them.
They're not going to watch it.
They will. 100%, mate. You check this back in the week, mate. It'll be on like 200 views. People go back and watch it, honestly.
It'll be on 200,000 views in this time next week.
Not 200,000, mate. It's going to be an hour and a half long by the time we get off.
All right. Cheers, guys. Absolute pleasure. Spud Muffin.
Mate, always. And hopefully we'll catch up in real life real soon.
Look forward to it. Thanks, mate.
Bless you, brother. Take care, man. Catch up soon. Cheers, mate. Bye-bye.